A computer network is nothing but when two or more devices are connected to each other to share data files with each other. It's a computer network. Okay. And we also do one thing is that any device that is on the computer network, we also can refer to that as a node. Okay. So a modem is a node, a phone is a node, a server is a node, and so on. And it doesn't need to be a multiple devices, right? Even if two devices are connected to a network, that becomes a computer network. So why do we use networks? Obviously to share files and data and printers. For faster communication, we have email today, chat we can do. We can access more storage. If our device has got less storage, we can always put our data on some other device. And we can work together remotely as we are doing right now. Once we have devices in network, we also have some challenges, right? One is obviously putting things on network increases our cost. Cost means that so if I had a standalone device, I don't need to incur internet cost. I don't need to incur my networking cost. I don't have to bring network devices. So all those things are there. We also have security problems. So if someone gets access to one device in the network, he can actually get access to all other devices in the network also. Uh, the viruses and malware are easily spread. So if our network is infected and we have got say 100 computers in our network, all those can be impacted. And normally when we are in a network, we are in a client server model kind of a role situation. So we have a dependency on servers. So today to have a call with you, I am dependent on meet.google.com, right? Otherwise, I will not be able to have a call with you. But obviously, the advantages are much more. They overshadow the challenges. So networks are something of an essential today. So a very basic categorization of networks or types of network is like PAN, LAN, CAN, MAN, WAN. The broad classification is LAN and WAN. That was the original ones, and we have added some new ones now. So private area network is something where you are connecting your devices over a Bluetooth. Very common example is a wearable. So if you have a smartwatch with you, it is connected to your mobile phone and it's a small private area network. Or your computer is connected to your mobile, right? Normally say the range of these network is around 10 meters or so. LAN is the most common type of network that we have in our offices and even at our homes. It covers a small area of up to 100 meters. Here we have got devices like routers and switches which connect with our laptops and PCs. So this is called local area network. Two more types of networks are CAN and MAN, which is the campus area network. So campus area networks refer to a university in which there can be multiple buildings, or a hospital in which we have multiple buildings. And uh, so whenever we are creating a network which are connecting all these multiple buildings with multiple systems, we have something called a campus area network. Then we have example of a metropolitan area network like a Mumbai local train or a metro in Delhi, in which there will be multiple offices of metro which will be connected to each other over the entire city. So the coverage of metropolitan area network is generally a city or a large town. Then we have something called a wide area network. Here we are talking about connecting across cities, countries. The most common example of a wide area network is internet. Then we also have something called a storage area network, which is not essentially a network in traditional terms. Storage area network, as we have read before, it is basically comprises of large storage devices connected to each other over fiber optic networks, and generally it is used in data centers to provide the storage to our servers. The next topic that we move into is network architectures. So commonly we have got two kinds of network architecture. One is called peer-to-peer network, where we are saying that we have got different machines which are connected to each other, but there is no central server. Okay, so each device is acting like an independent device, and each which are sharing, say, files. One device is sharing printers, one device is sharing some other thing. So there is no, what do you say, a server over there or a unique device over there which is kind of playing the role of a central device. The most common examples can be very small offices or even our home network. Okay, like sharing the files using Bluetooth between two phones. So there each phone can share the files with each other. So we don't have a main server or a client over there. The other model is that we had already also studied about it as a client server network, in which we are seeing is that there's central server that is providing services and other devices requesting services from it. So the characteristics of a client server network is there's a centralized control. The server is managing everything. Clients cannot talk to each other directly. They talk through server. This is more secure and scalable, right? So we have an office file server where all employees can access documents from one of the central machines. That is a common example for it. One more topic that is very important for us is to understand is a transmission mode. Whereas today most of the things are full duplex, but there was a time when we were also having half duplex networks. There is also an example of a simplex network, which is generally a one-way only network, like a TV broadcast or a radio broadcast. Here, there are devices that only listen and the devices that transmit. Okay, so the devices which are listening are not cannot broadcast, cannot uh, generate a message. They just listen to the messages. Half duplex is a case where two-way communication is there. Both devices can talk, can receive and transmit the data or the information, but it the communication can only happen one way at one time. Very common examples are a walkie-talkie, where you might have seen in movies that one person says a message and then says over, and then the other person starts talking, right? So, and the final ones are called full duplex. So this is a technology that allows you to have calls both ways or communication both ways at the same time. The most common example is a phone call. Uh, Today, when we talk about our networks, most of our networks are full duplex today. There was a time where, due to technology limitations, we also used to have a half duplex networks, but that is not, which is very popular today.